Good evening. Hey, how's everyone doing?
How y'all
Oh, wait a minute. The
doing?
bitches are starting already. Lauren Hill must be tonight's guest appearance.
Oh, we are waiting for the alignment of the BGKH chakras. Listen here.
I got
listen
my
here,
chakra
listen
con.
Here, listen here. Chakra Khan is not somebody that's on this show tonight.
Right.
We could not get her rider together. She wanted yellow and purple M&Ms, and there are no purple M&Ms. And so we just could not get her on the show this evening. So, but we appreciate you being here this week at the beginning as opposed to at the end. I mean,
exactly.
But I wasn't gonna say nothing. Hey, bougie girl. I see she's here. She's here early as well. Good to see y'all. Chakra Khan. Chakra Khan. How y'all doing?
I am starving.
Listen, I'm sitting there playing the game.
And I'm still gaining weight, motherfucker.
Listen, this is what this pandemic is doing. Like, listen, we are at this place where
in this whole pineapple.
Yeah, this parabola is just fucking everybody up. So, I made a decision. We were talking about this. I made the decision. I was like, let me just not do this whole, make sure I look at what I'm eating really carefully because I just already have this tendency to just gain weight real quick, fast, and then and my ass is already a little heavy as is. So, but I fucked up this week because I was doing very well.
Mm-hmm. And
then I happened to go by the Safeways, and there was a sale, a buy one get one free.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it had applied to just the Haagen-Dazs, but I was informed that it applied to the Ben and Jerry's as well.
Oh no! So
I had this it wasn't 2 for $5, it was 2 for $7. It was buy one get one free, and the other one was 2 for $7.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got to the register, the guy rang me up full price, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "It's not on sale anymore." And I was like, "He said, but I'll give you the price." Sorry, no problem. So today is Wednesday, February the 17th.
Yes.
And I have already fucked up 2 whole pints of ice cream. I mean, I don't know what happened. I just woke up and I just had nut all in my mouth. I just don't know what I just.
So it was just a normal Wednesday then.
I mean, well, this happened on Tuesday night, not Monday night. Monday night, Tuesday night. It was Sunday night and then Monday night. Yeah, it was awful.
And it was a pint, you said?
It was a whole pint. Yes, it was a whole pint.
No, I was just asking. I was
about to say, I'm already feeling a little bit of judgment. I'm just saying.
No, I thought you were saying like it was a half gallon or something.
No, it's a pint. But the pint is actually
a pint is a serving.
That's what they say. I don't fucking believe any of that.
You're supposed to get like 4 servings.
People kill me when you get that 2, 3, and 4 servings out of it. But I'm like, but what? Who? What? Like, I don't understand that. So, but and it was vanilla Swiss almond was the one, and the other one was my favorite.
Vanilla Swiss almond from Haagen-Dazs is good.
It is, and it's one of those things that just snuck up on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is my all-time favorite. Ben and Jerry's everything but the. And so
So what's in that one?
Ben and Jerry's everything but the is vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream, and it has pieces of Reese's peanut butter cups in it.
You don't get the fuck on talking about a spoonful of cream.
And then it has
if the spoonful is like this.
Then it has chocolate covered almonds. It also has pieces of Heath bar in it, and then it also has there's another nut in it. It's the cashew, I think it is, but it's amazing. So it's
pistachios or something.
It's not pistachios, but it's maybe it's just another it's chocolate covered almonds and and then a regular almond as well. It's amazing. Like it's
eccentrics like our t-shirts.
Oh, thank you very much.
Come on, lips.
I felt very let's do the time warp, and so that's kind of where we are. So
and I'm always I like to give a message.
Right, he's rooting for everybody black. As we all are, to be clear. But, it's Wednesday, February 17th. Welcome to the BGKH Show with Dominion.
I am Dominion.
Listen.
And who are you?
Y'all know how I feel about these extra things that make extra noises. He got another toy. It's not as bad as the chicken. It's not, but
the chicken is just at the top of the stairs. I can go get it if you'd like.
No, thank you. I'm good. I had my.
You sure?
I've had my meat. My meat.
I'll do it for you.
No, I appreciate it.
I mean, you bought me these 2 pieces of chicken. I mean, it was late, but we'll let that slide.
Was it?
And you forgot my drink. I mean, I gave specific yet easy instructions. It was either the diet lemonade tea, which we agreed might be more difficult to procure, and that's understandable. But I said in the substitute for that, I would prefer a simple, unadorned Diet Coke. And yet, here we are. Exactly. The microphone is giving what it should have gave.
All I'll say is people in hell want ice water. So sometimes we get what we want and many times we don't. So that's where we are. But I did forget. So I apologize for that. But.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on the main stage, making her paint debut, it's Epic!
And there we are. That's all that's all we're doing for tonight. So
when I saw this at
is it hooked up to, like Bluetooth to the
No, it's just this. This is the whole thing. When I saw it when we were over Dice's house.
Okay.
I was like, oh, and when he said he got it from 5 and below, immediately.
Oh, wait, you can plug all this other stuff up into it.
Mm-hmm. The very, when as soon as he told me you can get it at Dice, get it at 5 and below, the very next day I went to like 5 different 5 and belows, but couldn't find it. So I got this on the Amazons.
It's cute.
It was only like I think it was $20.
Okay, it's cute.
It's Bluetooth rechargeable, so we good to go.
This is listen. We all have our vices. I got an email today about something I ordered. I don't know what the hell I ordered. This is awful. Like I have never been, and I act like I'm swinging around with some whole lot of cash in my pocket. So you think I would know what the fuck it is I'm actually spending?
I thought you was Big Baller Shot Caller.
Child, listen, I am the Big Baller Shot Caller's distant cousin on his father's side. Underneath his third nephew, illegitimately. That's where I'm at. So, but could be for the gear show.
Come on, Echo.
There's always a lot going on at the gear show, and I don't think we need any more extra going on with the gear show, especially not.
Although,
I mean,
it could be funny.
Well,
but then I'd have to hold 2 microphones,
which is that legendary. Oh no! Listen, we'll give you a preview. Picture it. Gear show.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
2022, January.
Oh, no!
And that's all we giving. That's all we giving. That's the preview. Listen.
It is giving what it's supposed to have gave.
That's it. What it should have gave. Hey, Sean, we see you here. Hey, boo.
That's my boo.
Hey, Coyote, what's going on?
I'm so glad everyone joined us today on time.
Oh, yay! Come on, Coyote. The light is on. They're flashing. Yes. I'll call you. That's our Krispy Kremes.
Is he talking about his cakes?
Krispy Kreme. Yep. Mm-hmm. Coyote bites. Are they still? Yes. I again. I'll be through. I heard
they were more moist and crispy.
They're moist and delicious. They're deep, dark, moist, and delicious. That's what they are.
They're more of a golden brown.
No, they're well. Are we talking about the brownies or are we talking about the cakes?
We're having 2 different conversations.
Oh, okay. I was on the brownies. I'm sorry. He's a master baker. That's all I know.
I've heard.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, but anyway,
so all right, so
welcome to the show.
I will finish the rest of this chicken.
But while we're doing that,
it's mostly cold now, but it's okay.
Well, I mean, while we're doing that, thank the homeless man for wanting to take my picture at the. Listen, child, I'm at the damn. I stops to get this chicken on my way over here, and I get to the damn gas station, and this homeless man comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, I pump your gas. You got any change, whatever." I was like, "Okay, yeah, all right, fine, whatever." So I normally don't even have any damn cash on me. So I decided, I was like, let me be nice. I got to get some gas anyway. So I was like, all right, let me get this. I'm gonna put $15 in my tank, and I'm gonna give me $5 back, and I'll get this man $2. I was like, all right, fine, whatever.
Right.
I was like, all right, cool. I come back outside, and the guy
give him the whole $5. Oh my god.
Two. I didn't give him the whole $5. No, $2. Bitch, I need my $3. That goes into my gas tank, or it goes to anything else that I need. But in any event, I go to give him these $2, and he's like, "Oh man, that's a fly haircut, man. That mohawk is everything." And I was like, "Oh, okay, man."
Girl, you already got the $2.
I go and I pump my gas, and he comes over to me with his camera, and he's like, "Man, I just went to a picture of it." And I'm like, I'm sitting there saying to myself, "Didn't I just give you $2? Like, you have this whole poncho on, this book bag underneath of this, you all covered up and shit." And I was like, "I know but I was like, what?"
This homeless man comes up
phone.
with his Galaxy S21.
Yeah, I'm like, now you pull out a phone, and I'm trying to look at the phone. I'm trying to see what type of phone it was. And I was like, okay, fine. So then I'm sitting there with my mask on at the pump, and I was like, I don't give a damn what he does with this, because those who know me, but if you don't know me, then it is what it is. But I mean, what you gonna do with this picture of me sitting right here? I don't know, but whatever, we'll figure that out. But I mean,
you're already a world famous model.
I mean, but I am Instagram and Twitter famous. So
it's up to what, 5 views now?
I was up to 7. I was at 7 last time I actually checked. And so I responded to all of my Instagrammers or all my Twitters, and I said thank you for the,
You're one Instagrammer, and then that one person that's always trying to get you to do Bitcoin.
But I mean, I know where he comes in, because I mean he comes in with the, I hear the drums, and he's African, and he has a whole conversation with me, and it's broken.
Listen, y'all can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I have been in contact with this Nigerian prince.
Oh, go on, honey. Take a chance.
I am about to be rich. Let me tell you, because there is.
You gonna send him the 3,000 first?
There is it's 10,000, of course. Because the more you send, the more you get back. See, that's how it works.
All right.
So I apparently there's money just waiting in an account here in America. From
something that wasn't claimed.
White people. No, it was unclaimed.
It was unclaimed. Right.
It was like 10. It's like $2 or $3 million or something.
Right.
And so if I just help him out, because since he's not an American citizen,
and he
I have to file the processing fee of $10,000. So we're going to open an account specifically for the purpose of doing that. Sense. And then I will put the $10,000 into that account, but he has all of the contact information, and I will then go and collect the money from that account plus my $10,000. So I'm actually going to make $3 million and $10,000.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, how could you not do that?
Right?
What the hell? I mean, you want to do your service, for the people. So,
and I totally, the bad spellings and stuff. Listen, I totally dashed over that, because these things happen.
The grammar, the punctuation,
right? Yeah,
the subject verb agreement, and okay.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's all right.
It was Mr. Dominion. The fact that he didn't use my government name or anything, that's all right. It was fine.
He's trying to respect
it was in the records. He said it was in the records as Dominion Onyx. So I was like, wow, that's really okay, cool. So I'm about to be rich. Fuck all you poor hoes.
So I mean, that's where we are. So that was how your week went. That's how it.
So if you just give me $5,000,
can I write your check?
We already had a conversation about you with checks to begin with.
Can I write your check?
Right.
Can I write your check?
So, how was your week?
My week was good. I found out that someone that I work with is not doing very well, and so I don't know.
I know.
Maybe.
The gay one.
There's more than one.
The one that sat by the front door that I met. I only met the one.
Oh yeah. Well, you knew what's his face.
Yes.
The other one that came in.
Both of them?
No. It's one of them. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I found it wasn't doing too well. So I just wanted to send a shout out to them in case they're watching. I don't know if they're watching or whatever, but speedy recovery, and get your life in order, and I'll be, sitting around waiting on you so we can kind of do this thing that we need to do. But more importantly, again, feel better. So
Yes.
But other than that, the week was good. No real complaints. But it's been good. How was yours? Okay. I mean, other than not getting your Diet Coke, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, that was like the disappointment of my week so far.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
These, you know, I will, you know, soldier on despite it.
I'm very sure that you will.
Yeah.
I'm very sure. So
yeah, so I know we're gonna maybe we can talk about this now. I had a couple of weeks ago, you know, because I do this writing for Recon. I'm so behind on getting this article done.
Stop. So you're not giving it the proper entry. Listen,
I got to give you the backstory though.
Bitches.
But before this is the backstory.
He's in the motherfucking interwebs once again. He is interweb famous.
Actually twice.
Get it? Okay. I'm just saying, he's in there again. He's interwebs famous.
There is a YouTube video with Master
I'm just saying,
and myself, you know.
He is on the interwebs. He's talking to, well, first of all, listen, he's talking, it was for Valentine's Day. You know, I don't celebrate. I do not.
That was the setup. They didn't tell me.
Oh, okay.
All they said was like, hey, we're doing this project where we are asking some of our contributors and their partners to come and talk about what, you know, about their relationship. And so they gave us a series of questions to ask, but it was like unscripted. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like they were asking me the questions. We were like supposed to have this conversation, and they were like, don't cut just, you know, any outtakes or whatever, just send us the whole reel of whatever. So I sent them like 30, 40 minutes of footage and stuff. And they didn't say, I was assuming it was just going to be on the Recon website. Okay. I didn't, which I don't care, but I didn't know that it was going to be on YouTube, because if it had been on YouTube, I might not have been playing in his cooch like I was on camera, because there were several shots where they were like, it was like full body, and then they were like from here up, because it was a lot going on.
And bitch,
from
I'm
here
watching this video,
down.
And I'm sitting here saying, bitch, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, bitch, what was you doing? You was doing something. Like,
yeah, well, because, you know, I'm sadistic. So before we started filming, I gave him the biggest plug that he has is it's the Top Toys, the 9.5. Yeah, they're big. They're pretty big around. And so he had to sit on that throughout the whole interview. That's always our thing. Like the first time we hung out, I gave him even though it was a much smaller plug back there, when we went out to dinner, and he had to sit on the plug for like the whole time, and he kept like shifting around and moving. So yeah, so all of that movement that you saw in the video was him trying to get comfortable with this plug that's 9.5 inches in circumference.
But bitch, listen, for the record, that motherfucking mask was everything. Bitch, I kept looking at this mask. I was like, bitch, this is amazing.
It's right over there.
Yeah, but it was like but seeing it in full regalia, I was like, bitch, this is amazing.
This is a cute little execution.
Yeah, it's cute though. But like the way it zipped up and it was held open, it was like, I said, okay. But listen, they did that for Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I was wearing all black. I had a veil on.
Bitter Betty over here.
I ain't really with it. It ain't never been my thing.
You know, some of the kids tried to come for me. Well, at least one person tried to come for me
for what?
In the interview. Well, they didn't come for me directly, but some queen posted on Recon, because Recon has a YouTube page, which I now follow. And they were like, this was very cute, except for the two guys playing for each other. Yuck. And I was like, so
bitch, yuck.
The part of me that is shady as fuck wanted to be like, bitch.
Yeah, like, bitch, yuck.
Why are you mad?
Yeah, I was like,
I just didn't even want to be, because this is when you're famous, you know, you can't be responding to every basic bitch that's got something to say. I mean, we all can't be Halle Berry.
Well,
so did you hear that story?
I actually thought it was cute the way she set it up.
See, did, because first of all, it's so funny to me,
you know,
how people think that they, you know, like if you're famous and you got an Instagram, people will just say
whatever they
anything
want to say,
you
and you're not going to
You're not going
respond.
to say anything. Like someone. So Halle Berry, I'll just quickly go into this. Halle Berry posted a text, or she shared a text photo on Sunday that said, "Women don't owe you shit." She written the caption, and that's Mary Had a Little Lamb on that. And there were a lot of people who gave her good comments, but then one of them wrote, "With all of your accomplishments, fame, and beauty, it seems as if you can't keep a man." And Barry replied, "Who said I wanted to keep them?" She says, "I'm all about living my best life. If you make a wrong move, course correct and reskin and start again." Another wrote, "Says the woman who can't keep a man." And I was just like, bitch, why? I mean, that's none of your fucking affair.
Listen.
She used to date Orlando Bloom. What broke ass bitch did you use to date?
Orlando Bloom, David Justice,
Wesley
Snipes, Eric Benet. What's this last gentleman's name? The fighter is a Latin man. I can't think of his name. Listen,
she had no more relationships throughout her life than most other people have relationships. It's just that
hers has been in front of the camera.
Been in front of the camera. Same with J-Lo. Now J-Lo do be getting around a little.
Listen, but J-Lo got that go baby.
Listen,
J-Lo.
J-Lo sort of started with like P Diddy at the bottom.
P Diddy,
and then she sort of worked her way up because then she was with Ben Affleck for a while.
That was a while. Then she wound up going with Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony, because that's the one that she got the child. She has a child with.
Yeah.
And then and now she's with A-Rod.
A-Rod, yeah.
So listen, all you kids talking shit about Halle Berry and J-Lo, girl, fuck them.
Listen, so, I'm here for it because I feel like with Jennifer, I feel like bitch, that's she ain't something like that's my girl. Like I feel like I would like to hang out with her, like at least her Jenny from the Block side. Because I can't hang with her millions and millions of dollars side. I can't do that.
Jenny seems like she's giving you this public persona on one hand, but she also seems like she would be a lot and would get cussed out real quick. Because she would try to act like she would get like real cute about something, and you'd be like, bitch, you were from the Bronx. Yes, you did make good on it, but let's not pretend like you didn't used to be a fly girl and you did before that. You grew up in the Bronx, so let's not act like you were born with a silver spoon. You like, no, it's like what these bitches was like. When I drink my Kool-Aid, I only drink my Kool-Aid out of a crystal goblet.
I don't get that from her though.
Oh, that's what everybody else says. I mean,
I don't get it.
They said she's quite the diva.
Well, and listen, if you are, that's fine. But here's the other thing. Bitch, she's earned every dime that she fucking has.
There you go. So boom.
The bitch has 17 jobs and has earned every single fucking job, every dime that she has. And so
bitch, was you invited to sing at the sing at somebody's inauguration?
To put "Let's Get Loud" in the motherfucking.
Listen, when she did that shit, when she started saying that, I was like, what? Because when they said Jennifer Lopez, I was like, what's she gonna do? Sing "Let's Get Loud" for like 2 minutes? And then I was like, this bitch worked "Let's Get Loud" into America the Beautiful.
She has gone. Listen, she's done the Super Bowl. She's done the inauguration. What else is there for her to do?
Right.
She's done ad campaigns. She's done perfume. She's done clothes. She's done modeling.
Jennifer Lopez. They were like, what was it? Coinbase or what is it called? Coinstar, not Coinstar. The little game is like
oh yeah. It's and she was in the supermarket like, is this you right here? I was like, that's who I think she is. I feel like she's that girl,
like the petty girl from the hood.
I do. I think she's
roll up on you.
Yes, I do think she's that girl.
But anyway, so that's cute. So generally my week was nothing. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on, until I am planning for the 50th, and we have to talk because Azamek has access to some resources. Like we might be doing a 7-day for less. So what you were talking about paying,
right?
We're paying about half of that for the whole thing. It's through this armed forces thing. So we'll have to talk about that.
I can keep my coins in my pocket.
We got like 7. Because what we're looking at is doing a 7-day thing for my birthday. Now,
March, April, May, June. We have 4 months until June.
I'm still going. The next month,
no,
I might be doing this thing in No, we haven't done drag. Oh, she hasn't done drag. No, I don't think she's done Drag Race yet, Papa.
No, I don't. She hasn't.
But yeah, so we're looking at this thing in Cabo.
Wait a minute. We talked about the Super Bowl and the inauguration. but she ain't done Drag Race. I'm here for it.
I mean, that is the pinnacle of one's career.
I'm here for it though. But okay, I got it. Okay.
So we'll talk about that because we might be doing. I might be doing Cabo because I got plenty of airline miles.
Cabo, I enjoyed myself in Cabo though. I did,
and it's 7 days. And listen, as long as the food is all you can eat and shit like that,
if everything is inclusive, I'm fine.
As long as I got good internet, because I'm not necessarily going to take off all 7 days. Because I realized I was like, girl, anyway, I got good internet, I could do my job. So during the day, I mean,
let me not even go ahead and play with that shit.
A lot of stuff is still closed though. So
I'm not gonna sit here.
I mean, I feel like for at least, instead of taking all 5 days off, at least 2 of those days I could be chilling, and like low key, like pretend to working.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to consider, but right. I don't know if I want to bring up work laptop.
Take 7 days off.
But
anyway, so there is that. So what are we going to talk about this week?
So we got
Janet Jackson and Britney Spears versus this bitch. Now, listen, I'm not even that deep into either Janet Jackson or Britney Spears, but I like them well enough. Both Britney and Janet have songs that I like, and I respect, their artistry, and they're awesome performers. And the way that Justin treated both of them. Wait a minute, pause.
Did Cortez just walk in the building?
Cortez just walk in the building looking all butch and everything, His hair's a different color every day.
Wait, and then he just saw his license the other day. He is official, he is an
California
resident.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this
with his own apartment and everything,
and keys. I'm like, what is this? Who is this? We don't know you.
He about to blow. He about to blow Grinder up. Sure, every day he get home from work. He gonna be up on that pole. He gonna be up on that pole at work and be like, "What?" All his coworkers will be like, "What's that whistling sound?" That's because his booty hole wide open.
He is swinging around that pole.
Right.
I got you. Like, we got you. Listen, we got you. We will support you and everything.
Yeah, exactly. He lives in Cali and has a surfboard. Exactly.
Surfboard, grain on that wood, grain on that wood, grinding on.
I heard he like watermelon. I mean, we've heard that about him. So anyway, so back to Janet Jackson. And so it's a couple of things. Happy 35th anniversary to Control.
And
I thought it feels like so much longer than that.
And it was #1 again on the charts after 35 years.
I mean, the album is timeless. When you listen to that album, some music, you're like, yes, this music is clearly from this period, because it sounds like,
and it does sound like the early 90s, late 80s, but it's still good music.
It slaps, but it still doesn't sound like everything else from the 80s.
And the thing is, you can mega mix that into just about any Friday night, Saturday night jam, and the music, especially like Pleasure Principle with like that 13-minute long remix and everything else, and all the stuff. It's amazing. And I just, that's my girl. So
so good for her.
I got nothing to say bad about it, because I'm happy for it. #1 again, do your shit, girl.
Right.
Do your shit.
And I do like Britney Spears. Womanizer is one of my favorite songs ever.
Womanizer is cute, but one of my favorite songs by her in the video was Toxic.
Toxic.
Baby, can't you see? I'm calling.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Womanizer.
I don't know, but I remember the song.
Yeah, I forget all the words.
But it was cute though.
No, I'll take that too.
So
we'll just leave this here in case the mood strikes us.
Thank you, little brother. So it was like, I'm happy about it, and I'm happy that every year now.
Slave for You was cute. When she had that, the
video was everything. So bitch, I was out. But the video was
for her. I mean, I would have been on the stage with her.
I'm out. I was like, bitch, no. But the video was, because they are jamming. I was like, bitch, is that? I think that's when I started to fall in love with Britney and realized that this whore was dancing. And I was like, yes, come on. That's the last video that I saw her really dancing. Let me be clear.
What was it? What was it? She did that terrible performance. You know, what I remember most about that terrible performance on MTV was not the actual performance, but when whatever the ditzy blonde on Glee, whose name I think was also Britney, they did that same song, and she did sort of the same, like she was falling all around the stage. It was so hilarious because like the Britney in Glee was like going through something, so like Britney was, so it was like the same, so it was hilarious.
Listen, I didn't even watch Glee, which was so funny, but when I tuned in,
I watched it for like a season.
Yeah, but when I tuned in, I only tuned in for like the music numbers.
Yeah, and then that one season when Nene was on, because Nene was giving it to
wasn't she the gym teacher or something?
She was somebody. No, the white Jane blah 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 was the gym teacher, and her and Nene used to go at it.
Okay, I remember. Now, one of the most memorable things I remember from that show was, and which made me pay attention to it, was when the guys, the a cappella group, the guys, they sang "Bills, Bills, Bills" by Destiny Child.
Yes,
it was flawless for me. And also the guy doing "Single Ladies."
Alex.
Like those are the ones I remember the most. And so I was like, all right, you know, it was I enjoyed it when
it was cute for what it was, but you know, as a rule, I was just like, I don't really give a shit about these teenagers.
Yeah, I couldn't really.
So anyway, so you know, Mr. Timberlake decided to fix his lips to issue a bullshit ass apology to Janet Jackson and to Britney. So first of all, let's go back to Britney. If y'all remember, Britney and Justin used to go together all the way back in the early 90s. I mean, they're not young.
No.
You know,
but they were young then. I think
they were young then in their teens.
I think they were teenagers.
Right. So I mean, but they're both about 40.
About
at this point. Yeah. So, but they used to date when they were on the Mickey Mouse Club or whatever. And then, you know, Britney blew up and he was in NSYNC. And then he tried to be Horde. And, you know, then he started talking shit about Britney and everything. And then we all know what happened with Janet Jackson. But for those of y'all that don't remember, so they were planning a
2004.
Yes, they were planning to do a Super Bowl thing. Now, there was always going to be a reveal.
Right.
But the reveal was going to be like a ripoff of the jacket. Justin reached further inside of the jacket and pulled off Janet's bra, essentially, exposing her titty on national TV,
which was the prettiest motherfucking nipple.
Oh, it was beautiful,
and her jewelry. The funny thing, jewelry was everything.
The funny thing about it was when they pulled it off, it was like it. If you saw it, and then it went away so quick. I remember I was watching it with one of my good Bristas, and I was like,
was that a nipple?
Did we just see her titty?
Like that was a nipple. I think I'm drooling.
Well, yeah, we just saw her titty.
Yeah.
And you know, Justin left her out there to dry and made it seem as like it was plans and didn't say that this was his idea. So when she did like this, she was shocked. She was not. I mean, okay, yeah. So she had a thing on her nipple, but that's her thing,
right?
I mean, so just because she got a cute nipple covering her areola doesn't mean that she planned for it to happen. And never in all of these years did Justin say that this was his idea or even admit. He was basically like, what?
Yeah, and his thing was he even got on. What made him look even fouler to me was the fact that somebody said, well, yeah, it was kind of a shock and surprise. And he says, like, yeah, he's like, that's what we do. We always shock and surprise people. Like it was almost like he was agreeing with the fact that it was planned, he was trying to pull all of it off.
Right.
And he was also trying to make light of it. And at the same time,
he was trying to make light of it because remember, he was trying to separate himself from his boy band persona. Because remember, he used to be NSYNC. You know, he was this little blonde kid with the little blonde fro and everything. And then now he was trying to be hard. And, you know, he was trying to come out and be. Was that before? That was before Sexy Back and all of that.
That was before that. Yes, that was after Justified, the first album,
which was a cute enough album.
It was a very cute album,
but still,
I still listen. I'm not listen. I don't fuck with Justin. But his music that he's made, I fucks with.
Yeah, his music is cute. But, you know, and, you know, Janet Jackson really suffered because Les Moonves, you know, this is the whole thing about just trying to destroy black women Les Moonves spent the next 15 years trying to destroy Janet Jackson's career. If being like he tried to destroy her record deals, CVS Viacom owns MTV,
yes.
and he didn't want her
VH1,
videos shown.
She was blackballed
on MTV
BET,
or BET.
I'm sorry, MTV, VH1, and BET, because they actually bought CBS.
Right.
Viacom.
So think about all of that stuff too, and if she hadn't married that billionaire and fucked around and ended up with $500 million. But let's be clear, she still signed a record deal for $100 million. So she was never deep in danger, but it made it worse because it made it seem like this was some shit that she planned, and like he left it out there.
He let it dangle as if it was all in, like everything was intended, and this is what they were doing, and this is how it was. And listen, the truth of the matter is, to be clear, I wasn't in the room. Nobody else that was in that room. We don't know what the fuck they planned, but the problem was, at this point, it went too far, and she was uncomfortable. That's what I gathered. And he didn't fully take any responsibility. He didn't take any responsibility because because there was an upcoming award show that they were both invited to, and she was literally disinvited to the award show. And they told him that if he showed up, in order for him to perform, he needed to apologize. And he stood his happy, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white self up on that stage and accepted his award, and then went into this apology so that he can then, go ahead and perform later on. And do you know how many people sued CBS because they saw a fucking titty? It's so funny to me. It's just like even like people like we know, it was like, I've never seen my mother's nipples. I was like, really? Child, this one idiot. Even when I was like, I mean, it wasn't like my mother purposely was like, child, you were in the house, that's what you live. But mother. I mean, and ain't but like so many people in the fucking, we wasn't like, we didn't have like some 10,000 square feet house. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And it was like 1,100 square feet. So, there were opportunities when I saw her in her bra and panties. I've seen both of my parents naked. It's not something to be proud of, but people act like seeing a titty on TV is like, and it's like the end of the fucking world. The one guy who decided to try to sue because he said when he saw the breast, he became violently ill and he was throwing up. And I was just like, really, sir? And there's always racism in that because, I was like, you really? That's what we're doing? It's like, okay, whatever. But anyway, that album that still came out, Demita Joe, was still it was still a hit. It was still a good album, actually. Yeah. So what did he says? I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed. He said I want to take accountability for my own missteps in all of this, as well as be part of a world that uplifts and support. I care deeply about the well-being of the people I love and have loved. I can do better and I will do better. Girl, fuck him. Because, we are 17 years later. We're 17 years later and over almost 20, I think. For Britney, for 20, right? And this wasn't just like, this was on my spirit one day. No. Because if it had just been like, if he had just woken up one day and just been like, because sometimes you have revelations, you just wake up and, your mind is tumbling over shit. And you wake up, you're like, wow, I really fucked them over. And if he had just like posted on his Instagram some shit and just been like, I really did some foul shit, and it was really fucked up how I treated both of them, whatever. But he got some new music coming out. He's got the Britney has this documentary. That's what that documentary about to light his ass up. It's already out. It started to show him in a very foul light. Yeah. So listen. Go with God. And we already know Britney. Got a lot going on. She does. And she does. And I'm not even 100% sure where I stand on that. But what I will say is, if there's an issue and she needs help, I would love for her to see her get the help that she needs. But the problem for me is I don't necessarily think that she can get that from her immediate family. That's what I
No,
because that's the thing that
her
I'm not
whole.
getting.
I mean,
That's
let's talk. You want to talk about coming from nothing?
Yeah.
I mean, them girl. The Spears family is not anybody that's at all used to money or anything at all. So they are 100% depending on the Britney money train. And if she stopped doing appearances, so I'm certain that they got her addicted to pain pills. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying they sat around and be like, let's get her addicted to pain pills, but they certainly pushed her on pain pills and made her do other stuff and forced her to overwork. And, they probably built this work ethic into her, and talked about how, you're supporting this whole family and stuff. And some people can survive that just fine. Other people, it drives them, off the deep ends. And, that doesn't make her a bad person. It just makes her human. And you're right. How can your father be your conservator and be at your best interest when he's also your manager? And so his entire livelihood is dependent on you still bringing in money.
Yep. And there it is. Listen, girl, if you're going to travel in those Janet Jackson footsteps, guess what? She broke away from Joe. Listen, she broke away from Joe. Now, I don't think that there was that same type of situation going on. Howsoever, there's a certain amount of independence at a certain age that
Janet saw the way that he was treating the rest of them. He's like, girl, what you not gonna do?
She did. And which is one of the main reasons why, listen.
Because remember, Janet was younger. So she went away to school and she didn't
go away to school. She was about to go away to school.
I mean, like high school and stuff.
So
So like they all grew up in Gary, Indiana. Janet Jackson grew up in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
So she was, it just was the expectation wasn't going to be that he wasn't going to be beating on her and all that other stuff.
Well, like she was always in the house with her mother too. So she was underneath her mother all the time, her and Randy.
Joe, stop it. Joseph, go to bed. Go to bed, Joseph. Joseph,
this is
go to bed.
If you don't know where this came from, if you don't know who's saying this, baby, I don't know what to say to you.
That was the incomparable Angela Bassett as what's her name?
Catherine
Jackson in the movies The Jackson, also starring Leon and not Leon.
He was from Welcome Back
Carter. The black guy from Welcome Back Carter. Also starring the black guy from Welcome Back Carter. There we go.
Yes. I can't think of his name. Some friends were actually extras in that I know, which was actually it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, she played the love interest of Jackie, like in the church. I was like, oh my God, come on, LaVon. But anyway,
yeah. So also speaking of Janet, so apparently, want to talk about this story about her? Her outfits. Listen, I feel like you're gonna be showing up in some new ensembles.
So listen, word on the street is Janet's cleaning out her closet. So there's a thing where most celebrities and celebutantes and whatever will get rid of some of their old stuff, and Janet has actually never done that. She's been holding on to a lot of things. Well, Julian's Auctions said on Thursday that the 5-time Grammy winner is going to be selling more than 1,000 of the costumes she wore on stage, on tour, and red carpets and music videos in the past couple decades. Now, she's never done an auction before. You just haven't found a whole bunch of her stuff there.
That's his name, Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
Jacobs. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tyra. But some of the items that are going to be on sale May 14th through 16th, and I just so y'all know,
mark your calendars.
Just
is that a holiday for the? Is it the Janet? The genetics?
So let me tell y'all some of these items that y'all need to look out for. And yes, it was the Jacksons and American Dream. So May 14th through 16th. These are some of the items that they're going to be on sale. So if any of you feel the need to let me know that you have purchased something for me, because I am that Janet fan, So she's gonna have her wedding dress to Renee Elizondo, which I don't really care too much about that. House and Ever. But what I do, what
The second secret marriage? Who was the first secret marriage?
That was James.
DeBarge.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was James DeBarge.
She loved a secret marriage.
So she also has the original Rhythm Nation jacket from the 1990 World Tour.
I feel like these items are way undervalued.
The floor-length metallic silver coat that she wore in Scream. Do you understand how fit that jacket for me was I can't do nothing with it.
But wait a minute. So
it's
it's like some of these prices. So like the wedding dress for $2,000 to $3,000. No. But listen, Rhythm Nation jacket with
the original
with the epaulets and shit is only valued at $6,000 to $8,000.
It's the pre-sale estimate.
Yeah, nothing on this is going to go for under
here's
50
the thing.
grand.
I feel like she's going to wind up breaking records with this because A, she doesn't do any auctions. This is the first time. And B, there are a lot of fans out there that want some of that. And that jacket in particular, that Rhythm Nation jacket, somebody will pay a whole lot of money for that
honestly, if I had the money, I would buy the Rhythm Nation jacket because it's just like a piece of pop music history.
I would take that bitch and it would be on a nice little, in a case and in air conditioned and temperature controlled and absolutely.
The lies you tell.
Yeah,
bitch.
I can't wear it.
First of all,
I can't wear it.
No, girl. Well, you would try. You would try.
I mean,
Let's be clear. Let me be clear. So you would show up. First of all, you would cut it up the side,
up the back,
and then put in a piece of 4-way stretch fabric, and there we go. You would show up to a bar night with that shit, and then afterwards, you a cripple pimp through the fucking Denny's with that bitch on. To catch you up, Spesh. First of all, say hello to my new microphone. We're also talking about the things that have gone on sale for Janet Jackson's auction.
It's the echo, honey. This the echo for me. It's a lot. You can't even.
That's part of it.
Focus. You just can't.
They can hear it. Can you all hear me? See, they love it. Your little brother loves it. I think it's hilarious. And it also.
So I'm going to finish the items that they're going to be selling.
All right, so please continue your list.
What's also on the auction block is this 17th century inspired ensemble, which is the crop riding jacket and thigh-high boots that she donned during the 1993 to 95 World Tour. If y'all don't remember, it was the cream jacket with the thigh-high boots and the short. So now that little ensemble, bitch, if I could, I would pop that bitch. I would roll to the motherfucking World Farms, like, bitch, I get some chicken, bitch. But again, the most
finish it.
But the most famous outfit, the black leather bustier from 2004 Super Bowl, that's not gonna be on sale. She's gonna hold on to that forever. Now she also has a
case.
She also has a 1956 Chevrolet Cameo pickup truck. Cameo. What was I saying? Cameo.
Spelling, honey.
Cameo.
Okay. Get into it.
Pickup truck, it's been restored to its original condition and it's supposed to fetch between $50,000 to $70,000. Now she's going to donate a portion of the auction receipts to the Christian Child Sponsorship Group Compassion International, and then she's also going to give 100% of the sales of a limited edition 3-volume set of auction catalogs offered at $800 to the nonprofit. The thing is, she's starting at these minimum prices. People are going to go up and they're going to pay more money.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but listen. Freaky McNasty, no, but you cannot have that Scream jacket, but you just cannot, but you can't.
Talking about rolling through the Royal Farms with that jacket on, it reminds me, have you seen what is it?
Hey, Fayette, what's going on? Thank you. Thank you for stopping in and showing some love.
What is this
Louboutin, that jacket was not listed as going on sale, but it's available, and it was made with a whole bunch of cock rings, so we can figure out something with that. But I'm just saying.
Oh, there's this show on Netflix called Bling Empire. It's about crazy rich Asians in LA, and in one of them, this girl, she comes with this pink chinchilla fur bolero jacket.
Yes, eccentric. I'm here for it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So she's wearing this pink chinchilla fur.
Pink chinchilla
fur.
That sounds a little yummy.
Bolero.
That sounds a little yummy.
The Bugatti store.
That sounds a little yummy.
She says she wants to buy. These people are like people.
But that sounds yummy as shit.
These are people whose money has money. So, so she's in the Bugatti store with this pink chinchilla, and she with her best gay friend. They're trying on jewelry. So she's got all of this. She's got like several $1 million of jewelry on loan that she just pulls out of his bag, and she's trying it on in the Bugatti store. So that's what reminded me of the show. Check it out.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's called Bling Empire.
Bling Empire. I need something else to watch.
A couple of the characters, you're going to be like, oh, I hate this bitch instantly.
So I have to check that out. But then also, did you check out the new show on Netflix, The Bernards?
Mm-mm.
The Robinsons. It's like Funeral by the Robinsons or Burial by the Robinsons.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's interesting. But anyway, that was our Janet Jackson thing. But now let's talk about this. There's a designer, Philip Plein.
Mm-hmm.
He's accused of firing his gay manager over his HIV status. Now, there was a lawsuit that was filed in court that alleges Swiss fashion designer Philip Plein openly discriminated against the LGBTQ plus people and wrongfully terminated a high-level employee simply because he was gay and living with HIV. Now, the employee's name is Amro Alasolibe, and he's suing for unspecified damages, front and back pay, emotional distress, wrongful termination, hostile work environment, all these things. Now, it all started when he was trying to take off time to go back and visit his dying father in Syria, and then they denied him the vacation time. So once they did that, they also wound up canceling his health insurance, which then forced him to disclose his HIV status so he can still continue to get his meds. So when they reinstated his health insurance, then they started to do other things with him about making assumptions about his HIV health status, about his health status because of HIV. And then they also they did things like take away his clothing allowance, and they started to push him out of meetings that he was directly responsible for or working with in the company. This is not this particular designer's first time being sued or being in controversy or even saying malicious or nasty things. Some of the other employees that he's worked with have also said stuff like that he has said that he hates to work with the gays. He doesn't want to, he told the managers not to hire queer people. He also told one of his employees that he can't be too gay and to stop moving your hips like a gay person. He also said stuff like in the fashion rooms or the fitting rooms or stuff where they're putting together ideas about the outfits or pieces that he doesn't want things to look too gay. And he thinks that his crowd is 100% heterosexual. And so he's really fulfilling the whole toxic masculinity thing as far as against the gays.
I'm trying to see what this girl looks like because I don't know.
You know what she looks like? She looks like, I'm saying she as in this man. He looks like a very leather daddy type of situation, but like from the commercial standpoint, like he looks like he's not. That's him. Right there.
I saw him. I was like, okay, girl,
you
look like a homosexual.
He looks like a homosexual to me, but that's just my only thing. But now, anyway, he was also sued by Ferrari because this clown decided that he was going to use Ferrari in his runway show without their permission. So he wound up settling with them out of court. He wound up paying him like 300,000 euros, I think it was. But again, still, like he's had all these things go on. So we shall see. I'll keep my eye on this because I don't think that this is the last that we'll be hearing of him. And if he's not even starting off this way, but if he's acting like this now, I'm sure there's some other shit that he's probably going to wind up doing. And I just want to see how this case is going to turn out. So I'm cheering on Amro so that he can feel the support and get what you need to get, because I think that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what some of his clothes look like.
His stuff is really it's cute and it's like eccentric. Okay, so you like some of his design. His stuff is cute and it's
I mean, this is cute, but nothing about this look says heterosexual.
Well, no, it doesn't. But it's it's almost like he's avant-garde, but avant-garde for the stage.
It's very avant-garde. This is not avant-garde.
Well, I'm saying it's very avant-garde for the stage. Like it's what people may think is avant-garde, and it's like, but that's really not avant-garde.
Okay.
So, but it's cute. He makes some decent stuff.
A studded jacket, groundbreaking.
But again, this is where we are. So
I mean, this is cute, but I mean, nothing about this. I mean, it's cute.
But listen, now the boots right there, like I would fuck with.
I mean, I would fuck with this whole outfit, but I
fuck with
mean, I'm sure the shit is, you know, like more than I'm making.
Yeah,
a year,
I mean, so listen.
So anyway, so I just don't understand how you could.
Morgan said half the men's collection is pink. So, but again, you know,
and I mean, I don't want to
street. You know what? That's a good description. That's a good description.
I don't want to stereotype the fashion industry, but it's a lot of homosexuals.
He's a straight man in the fashion
industry. Mean, that's fine, but I mean,
good for you. Good for you.
Think about all of the other people that you would work with
and
in the industry, and who are the critics?
Shit.
Who are the critics?
Who's buying your shit? Who
are the makeup artists? Who's buying it? I mean, if you
and who's flapping their gums about your shit because it was some well-made motherfucking pieces,
right? You know, right. So anyway, girl.
So one of the statements of the evening: of all the places to avoid gays, why go into fashion?
Right.
Thank you, fashion. Thank you.
So Eddie Murphy to play Alpha Phi Alpha's Marion Barry in HBO biopic.
I did not know he was an alpha.
Yeah, and I don't know why that was important to this story, but okay, fine.
This is how it was put out there.
So Spike Lee is attached to direct with John Ridley, who directed Red Tails and The Brick, to pen the script. Eddie Murphy, Spike Lee, and John Ridley would serve as executive producers. So
he was born in Mississippi. He was
born in Mississippi,
one of 9 children. And then he became an alpha in 1955.
Yeah, but I'm still not sure. I mean, it's from Watch the Yard, which is about HBCU culture. Yeah. But I don't not understanding the angle about Alpha Phi Alpha. I mean, other than he pledged it and he did some work. That's just about it.
Yeah,
so he worked with Snick, and then so you know he's most famous, and you know he's DC's. He's known in some circles as DC's mayor for life because he was mayor for DC for a bunch of years. Then he got caught in a crack scandal. Where remember he uttered the famous line, "The bitch set me up."
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, okay. So Black Bougie Girl says the original post came from a Black Greeks page. Okay, got it. All right, so that makes sense. All right, because I was like, that's just random.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again,
it's something cute, but it's random. But anyway, so after he got caught, the bitch set me up. He did his little bit of jail time. Then
he came
in the world's most improbable thing, this hoe came back and was mayor again.
Yep.
And then became a city council person for a bunch of more years until he died. And so that was why, like, when you know, because like for most people, being caught on camera accepting crack from a prostitute, I am neither denigrating drug addiction or sex work, but you know, this was the 80s. You know, and that's not something that most people will come back from.
But he did.
Only in Chocolate City. I'm gonna be clear. Only in Chocolate City.
But
the Chocolate City of the 80s, because the Chocolate City of these
First
days,
of all, it's not Chocolate City.
It wouldn't. It's not Chocolate City. It's you know, Cafe Olay.
It's a Cafe Olay, you know, type of situation right now.
And I'm about to leave, so you know, it's getting less and less by the day.
Well, you know.
But yeah, only in DC in the 80s do I think a Marion Barry story could have happened. It couldn't have happened now. It couldn't have happened in New York City, because what Marion Barry did was, so he gave away a lot of money.
He did, but then I also understand that he gave a voice to the whole Ward 8 and how he actually
did, and when I
listened to them,
he listened to them, but he didn't actually do anything other than give them money. So what he did, right. Tara said, not accepting crack, smoking crack. But what he did was
there is a difference. Yeah.
He basically gave money to like summer youth programs and stuff, but there wasn't revenue coming in. So that was why DC was in receivership for some time, because like there was so much red ink from the Marion Barry days. So yeah, he listened to Ward 8 and he gave money, but just like I can't, like as a child, if you were my child and you said, Daddy, I want so-and-so, if I gave you money, but then there's no money at the end of the month to pay the mortgage because I gave you money. That's not a good thing. So anyway, all right. So we're running short of time. The last thing to talk about before we get to Drag Race is Sherry Pie gave a TV interview on Tamron Hall's show, and lots of people who were victims of his contacted the show about not doing the interview, but apparently it aired anyway.
Yeah.
He says he's willing to accept the consequences of what he did.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting for many of you that watch Drag Race with Sherry Pie. Like literally, all the stuff came out like after the first episode was aired. And
well, no, just before the
first before the first episode was aired. And so it's really interesting how someone that was such a strong competitor, they literally had to edit him out, or they tried their best to edit him out of any other scene.
Almost certainly would have been.
He would have been in the top.
He was in the top 4.
Yeah,
because I remember watching that season. I was like, they only had 3. It was and then so it was the 4. It was 4, and Sherry was the 4th, and. So remember, you know how they do. They film all of the episodes and then they go on this break. Mm-hmm. So at the end of that break, they didn't know Sherry Pie was this person. So Sherry was in the top 4. Yep. But when they came back and did the part at home, they replaced Sherry with the number 5, who was.
We don't know who the number 5 person.
Yeah, we do.
Well, we don't. Because I'm not sure of who was.
The top 5 were the 4 of them plus.
That's what I'm saying. Like So this is the season. This is the year that Jada won, I think.
Yeah, so it was Jada.
It was Jada,
Crystal was the 5th.
It's Jada, Crystal, and Gigi Good. Those were the 3 people that were in the top.
Oh, okay. So no, so it was the other one, the Iranian chick,
Jackie Cox.
It was either Crystal or one of them was number 5. Sherry was definitely part of the top 4.
So yes, I believe
so when I think it was Jackie. I'm pretty sure it was Jackie. So it was Crystal, Jada, and Gigi, and Sherry Pie. Then when Sherry got the axe, because they sent Jackie Cox home, but then she was in the top 4 when they came back and did the part at home.
So
all right. So anyway, on to Drag Race. Are we ready?
Listen,
Is everybody buckled in?
I'm just letting y'all know.
As we say,
it's gonna be a spoiler alert. So just letting y'all know.
So consider yourself spoiled, and if you don't want to be alerted.
I don't want to hear nothing about you. I didn't know. Okay, so here we are, season 13. This is episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, the guest judge was T.S. Madison. Now, listen, T.S. Madison has a show coming on in March
sometimes
on WeTV. So,
oh, okay.
So, sorry, we were just doing some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so episode 7. The T.S. Madison was the judge. So I'm thinking T.S. Madison. I like T.S. Madison, but I also like T.S. Madison when she was T.S. Madison, like when she was over the top and loud and unapologetic, because that's what made her. I think that's what helped her get to where she is right now.
Yeah.
But now she's trying to change her brand up and everything else. So she was on the show, but she was subdued. But okay, she was on the show, so she was a judge. Well, anyway, so the episode started off with Candy talking about sending Tamisha home, how she was very sad, and so I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, oh my God, maybe Candy turned a corner. Maybe she's not so stuck on herself. Maybe she's turning into a good person. And then also was talking about Elliot, how he feels alone amongst the girls when the show first started. Okay, so we're going to go through this. Fast forward. One of my favorite episodes is when they open the library. When the library is open for reading. Because
a lot of
reading
those reads,
is what?
Fundamental. But a lot of these reads were very kindergarten.
They were. But baby, listen, the nomination for the worst reading queen ever had to go to motherfucking Elliot with 2 T's.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I was like, bitch, I need you to snatch back your drag card, your gay card, your homosexual card, your I like dick card, everything. And you have no privileges, none,
right.
No privileges whatsoever. They were horrible. Although I did think that some of the stuff that I heard coming out of Simone's mouth was pretty cute.
Yes.
But who wound up winning the challenge was actually Got Mick. And so she won $2,500 gift card as well. Because Got Mixed said some shit that was kind of, I was like, all right, this was cute. I was like, all right.
okay,
it was cute. It was cute. I could
stay in your lane, though.
Right, but she was, listen, I all the girls on the
because
show,
a couple of the reads would have got your mouth popped. In real life,
really
but
would've.
Okay, for
all
the
show,
girls
on the
for the show, it was cute.
I will address them all as she, because that's what I'm knowing you as right now.
Right.
But But anyway, so that was the mini challenge, the reading part. And Rue had on this cute little outfit, which I thought was very overly gay with the pumps on it and the tam.
Yes, the Rue's look was good.
But it was also giving me a little Valentina.
So starting with the next one, can you put a picture up of Rue? And
I'll do that. Yeah,
we'll
I'll
start
do
a segment called "How Much Do We Hate Rue's Outfit This Week?"
Which
because
one?
Rue's
You mean his enter the workroom look or his stage look?
You can do both, but I'm usually talking about the stage look.
Let's do both.
Because I'm so over Rue's look. It always seems like the exact same silhouette.
It is McCall's pattern number 4225.
And I mean, I get it. That shit works for your body type, but I'm saying every now and again when she switches it up is such a revelation to me because 95% of the time it was like, oh, great. Okay, so it's, you're giving me the same silhouette. Okay.
Listen, that's where we are. But they did the Maxi Challenge was improv, and it was on Bossy Rossi After Dark.
Yes.
Listen, Ross the Intern, I got to give you credit because I remember when Ross the Intern was the intern on Jay Leno?
Mm-hmm.
And he would, listen, as gay as his little happy heart was, he was funny as hell, though. He was hilarious on the show. Mm-hmm. But he's doing big things, and so if Rue is one of the things that he's doing, and maybe he's doing some other stuff. But listen, I get life off of Ross. So I like him as a judge. But anyway, so on the Bossy Rossi After Dark show, they were going to do some improv with Ross. And so they divided up into teams. And so they all had scenarios like they were like a Jerry Springer show or Maury show, whatever. And so they had Rose, Lala Ree, and Denali. And their little episode was going to be, I'm pregnant with my imaginary boyfriend's baby.
And that's in the top right.
Yes. Then they also had Olivia, Utica, and Got Mick when they did Escape from the Cult of Mimeology.
That was cute.
And then they also had Simone and Candy, who did Former Teen Queens. Where Are They Now?
That's in the center. And in the bottom right.
The final one was Tina Burner and Elliot with 2 T's. My best friend's 600-pound ass is killing our relationship. So these were the 4 different areas that they had to do improv with Ross with.
Yes.
So listen.
Some of the skits were funny,
but
some of them were meh. The mime skit. First of all,
shout out to Utica for this different look. Like it was, if y'all don't even know who that is in the upper left corner of the picture.
But Utica was so skinny though when she came out. I was like, ooh,
the blonde with the legs
and they
talk
about how beautiful she looked. I was like, girl, I'm sorry. She looked like she needed to gain 20 pounds to be anorexic.
She looked.
And maybe clearly she's a very tall and slim person, but my God,
it was a look. So
but Olivia,
who was the mind? She
turned it because that mind. It could have been terrible. It could have been terrible.
It could have been. But
Olivia is really the secret threat of this.
Yes, she is.
Although we're gonna talk about it a little bit because
Olivia and Elliot, if you ask me.
Though,
well,
Olivia's got a weird shape.
She's bottom heavy.
Yes,
she's bottom heavy, and you can't do anything about that. All you can do is accent it and make it look good.
Well, she hasn't been.
Well,
I don't think
the short dress was probably one of her best silhouettes so far.
I think they need to be a little bit.
But the tailoring on that needed to be a little different, and it was very. But anyway,
the pregnancy. What is it?
I'm pregnant with my best BFF.
Yeah, that was pretty cute too.
It started out cute, but Lala Ree came through and she was the therapist, and she had the one cute line.
She didn't give the right energy for that.
Yeah, she gave the one cute line though. She's like, my belly is big, even though it's not the same color. I was like, okay, that was the one cute line, but it wasn't.
Surprisingly, Candy was not terrible. She
wasn't
was cute in this.
But Simone with because she was Little Debbie and Little Deb and I can't remember Candy's character's name.
Deborah.
But she was like, no, it's Deborah.
It's Deborah.
But did you get into the fact that she had on a leg home monitoring device on her ankle?
Yes, I saw that.
I said, what is going on?
Yes.
But okay, whatever.
And I didn't actually hate the 600-pound ass skit as much as the judges did. So
Elliot was dry,
out of them, they were the worst. And I really did not get that they were supposed to be lovers. I got that they sort of started making out, but they didn't really give me like
any backstory.
We used to be a couple. They weren't giving that sort of like hidden looks
They didn't.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
They didn't give what it should have gave with that.
Yeah, not at all.
It just wasn't. And listen, Tina's ass was padded for the gods, and Elliot's bosoms. I was like, oh my god, y'all got a lot going on here. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Right.
But so anyway, they went through this, and they wound up coming up onto stage, and they had to do on the main stage. It was going to be beads, and so some of them took it literally, and some of them took it figuratively. And so these were some of the looks from the evening. Lala Ree had this beaded bodysuit on, which Rue made a comment about, which I thought was the best thing. He said if Bob Mackie ever taught us anything, was that if you are going to use beading, use it to accentuate something and not to hide something. And so if you look at Lala Ree's outfit, the hips should not have been beaded.
Right. And it was like a rip.
There was a rip in the side of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that when it first came down, but then I saw it when Michelle talked about it. Then you saw Got Nick. She came out as like a anal bead,
which I was like,
it was all right.
It was conceptual, but I wasn't blown away the way that she thought we were going to be blown away.
It was all right. Denali came out as a chandelier, and she thought she was so.
It was so literal though.
Yeah,
I thought it wasn't a cute silhouette, and
no,
and
she thought she was the bee's knees. She thought she was so fucking clean. And I'm not saying she wasn't.
It wasn't.
It
was beautiful with all of the beading and stuff, but it was too literal. It literally looked like she just put on
a chandelier,
so it didn't look like a dress inspired by a chandelier. It looked like she was a chandelier that was human size.
That's basically what it was.
Right.
Rose came out with this beaded dress, and she was given very much of like a pixie. She kind of looked like Tinkerbell.
Like Charo.
Charo or Tinkerbell. How about Charo and Tinkerbell had a daughter? That's what what it was.
Boom.
So that's what she gave. So then this next screen shows you some of the looks from the other contestants.
Now
we go. So let's go from right to left.
Okay,
let's go from right to left.
So
on
Utica,
the right, you have Utica in this wedding gown. It was
better than last time. It was a little bit more clear what the concept was, but it was still off, and it didn't have nothing to do with beads.
It was too much. It was too much. It was too much.
It was not giving what it should have gave.
And in the center, we have Olivia. Listen, first of all, this wig looked like the wig that Candy had on when she did the Dora the Explorer thing. That's what it looked like to me. That was the first thing I noticed. Mm-hmm. And then this beaded thing with the beads in her hair, this was too pedestrian for me. Like I was just like, it was too pedestrian.
And I just, let's now talk about the silhouette. Listen, I'm all over heavy.
No, but you're top heavy, not bottom heavy, honey.
Well, thank
you. I'm
you.
Bottom heavy, honey.
Yes.
I have
between us, we make a good one good person. But if you are bottom heavy like that, I don't know. Fashion designers, I feel like she needs to draw the eye down and away because these short silhouettes are just making her look more boxy. I feel like if that skirt came down more to the knee.
Well, so this look in particular, the way it's cut, I actually like it because it's actually short and it doesn't show that she is as big as you think she is.
But it wasn't straight, so it's like sort of bulged out on the side.
What's her friend is elastic material. Mm-hmm. Like that would have slimmed her down enough to make it look okay, like she got some boom in her bop. That's what it made it. And it was cut a little loose as well.
Yeah.
But Candy's look.
Now listen, with Candy, I'm prepared. I am genetically predisposed to not like Candy. When she came out, I was like, okay.
But you liked it?
Yes. Oh, listen, look at me. Look at all of the pictures I've taken. I love a drop swoop hat with some beads.
I'm going to give you that, the hat. But the rest of the outfit, I was kind of like, so to me, all I saw
was pedestrian.
I saw Cardi B, the album cover to, what is it, Money, I think it is.
Right, but it was very that. But in terms of, remember when she was talking to Rose about taste level?
Mm-hmm.
Or not, what was Joey J, the one that got voted?
Yes.
Talking about taste level?
Yes.
This is the first time where I felt like her taste level actually lived up to the shit that she was talking about taste levels.
Well, I feel like this was an okay outfit, but I feel like if she had taken that fur stole or that faux fur stole off her jacket, off her shoulder, and that walked around with that outfit on stage, they'd have read her for points.
Probably, but that's the art of drag.
Yes.
I mean, how many drag queens we know? It's like if you look underneath all of this other shit, the shit is like, I remember when we went in Fort Lauderdale the last time, and this drag queen, she's
an adult size?
No,
she's queen size.
It wasn't that she was queen size. She's been doing drag for a while.
Okay, she's a veteran.
She's a veteran.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here, getting gracefully fucked up off of like my 12th mimosa. So okay. I'm good. So me sitting here and her drag queening all the way over there, she looked fine. But then, so I got my dollar bill and she came closer and you saw all of the cakes and the creases and how the outfit, wasn't quite fitting, and the tears and the rips and all this shit up close. And, so that's the art of the illusion of drag. So maybe all of that shit under the fur was a mess, but that doesn't matter because unlike LaLa Ri, she covered all that shit up in the way that was pleasing, at least to me.
It was okay. I felt like she was all right in the safe. She wasn't.
The fur was definitely, the fur and the hat was selling it.
That's what it was. But the outfit itself, I was like, I don't know about that. But it is what it is. And then this other look. So these three looks right here. Okay, so Tina Burner, we know she does very campy drag, and so this was one of the looks.
I didn't care for it, and it looked silly.
It was a peel away with a bottom, and then a peel away on the top.
The boost, and the titty cups that didn't add nothing to it. And yes, it was very beaded, but it looked very. It was. I went to the beads. You know what it looks like? It looks like my Christmas tree.
Third grade. No, your Christmas tree looks a lot better. In fact, I would rather her have put on your Christmas tree,
right,
and walked out.
But it looked very. I went to Michael's and bought all of the beads.
She didn't go to Michael's. She went to Walmart and she found them on clearance, and that's what she did. That's what she bought the Mardi Gras beads.
Simone's was cute, and I didn't notice until they mentioned it that the back
spelled out
her name.
Simone is on it. Her details are on it. And I'm
like, girl, you got a little too much shine.
Listen,
you need to put it on and then wipe some. We've all, as black people,
brown people, we know how to slap some Vaseline on
and
make it shine, baby.
And then be like, I'm a little too shiny.
Make it
wipe it a little bit off with a towel.
Make it shine.
Now,
because when them gams hit the rug, she always looks.
So.
But now I actually liked Elliot's look. That was one of the best. She looked so good to me.
She looked so good to me.
The dress it fit very well. It was draped to perfection. And she looked great in this outfit.
I really loved Elliot's outfit.
I didn't know. Good look for me.
Was she? Yeah, she was in the bad group, 600-pound ass group. But her look
saved her.
It didn't save her. But when she came out, she looked great. She walked her walk and everything. She looked great. She walked like she knew that she was the shit.
Yep.
And that she sold that entire look.
Yes, indeedy.
I loved Elliot's hair because it went with the whole flapper look.
It did. It looked, and I like that.
Freaky McNasty didn't, but
listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
But I personally thought Elliot's hair worked with the look and everything.
I thought, she had a headband on. It had the feather in it.
Yeah,
it was cool. Sean, get into Denali's dress and the draping of these beads. It was fitted like shit for me. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then what happened was the safe girls were Gottmik, Denali, Rose, and Tina. And the tops and the bottoms were Simone, Candy, Elliot, Olivia, Utica, and LaLa Ri. And so it wound up boiling down to LaLa Ri versus Elliot with 2 T's in the final lip sync. And listen, I don't think y'all understand the paintivities of Miss LaLa Ri's face when she goes on stage.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch is painted for the god. The bitches in the nosebleed section can see the highlights on her cheeks. Mm-hmm. Miss LaLa Ri is a paint. She is a painting assassin. This bitch's face is always flawless. And listen, LaLa Ri has a lot of stuff working for her or not working for her that she has to overcome as far as obstacles. Like she has a very mannish jaw and she has bald head, but it's like a very large forehead. And she is very but she pulls that thing all the way together and makes it look like butter. And this was a phenomenal face. Another phenomenal face for me for Lala.
Mhm.
Denali has
the last phenomenal face.
Yeah, phenomenal face for Lala Ree. And for Elliot, again, I thought she looked stunning in this outfit. And I was concerned because I knew this, she's a dancer and she's going to start dancing. I was like, how's this going to work out? But they went up against each other.
Elliot did a good job.
And she did do a good job because, and listen, shout out to Kelly Clarkson because Kelly Clarkson is the singing whore and she sang the shit out of that song. Yeah. And I love that song. But in this battle, what wound up happening was Lala Ree went up against Elliot with 2 T's, and the winner was next screen. The winner wound up being Elliot with 2 T's, and these were 3 of her looks from that night. The flapper look, the full gown, and so this is where we are. This is how we do it. And also shout out to, there was an ad in this. I didn't include it in the picture. There was shout out to Latrice Royale, Manila Luzon, and Miss Vanjie. They had a commercial for Bubbly.
Miss Vanjie looks entirely different.
She had a little work done, just a little. She had a little work done.
A little.
She did. She had a little work done.
Bitch, she is verging on Jacqueline Wildenstein territory.
She had a little work done, just a little bit.
The lies you tell, bitch.
She did have a little work done.
She looks entirely
But her painting
different.
was always good, though.
Right, but she looks entirely different from even the second season when she was on Drag Race, when she was actually on the entire season.
Well,
she looks entirely different.
Shout out to them because they had their little Bubbly commercial, and I'm here for it. So I'm here for the girls making all their money. And also, Latrice Royale has the royal nuts. It's a royal cashews or royal nuts. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Girls is doing their thing, and I'm absolutely here for it.
Hallelujah.
So, but next week we'll see how this goes. We'll see what goes on and happens in Drag Race world, and we'll go back from
we'll see that. I love Simone and Olivia, but I feel like Olivia's due for an emotional breakdown.
Well, sort of, kinda. Simone talked about her. Well, Elliot in this episode talked about her having some mental health issues and depression.
Yeah, he was.
And then Simone talked about
you like my nails?
The idea of her living up to her brother,
my fingernails grow
who
so
disappointed her. Yeah, you need a retouch. You need to fill in. But she talked about her brother and how he wound up going to jail, and so it was a disappointment factor for his mom, and he could never fill that in. So it was like they're talking about some emotional stuff. But Olivia talked about weighing like 300 pounds and then losing weight in the theater. So who knows? I don't know what else is going to pop up on the show, but it's been really good so far. So we'll see. So, but we'll tune in next week for next week's show and figure out what they're going to do on Drag Race next week. And I'll be here at the same bat time, same bat place to talk about what happened this week.
Hallelujah. All right, so get into this beautiful bean footage and we'll join you on the other side.
Yes, it's so no, your nails are black, but your toes are
orange.
This is orange. That's his spicy.
Yeah, that's the spicy
caliente,
side.
Spicy orange or whatever. But what was I going to say? We have 20 viewers tonight. Thank you so much to all 20 of you that have stuck in. And I think I saw Really Be TV in there a little bit earlier. So I want to say hi to Really Be. I said hi to Fayette. I saw Fayette in there. I don't know if Evie popped in or whatever, but listen, I'm here for it. I'm saying hello to everybody. Thank y'all for spending y'all time with us this evening.
Yes, so thank you very much. We want to thank you.
Is Lala Ree's name? So her name is Delphine LaLaurie. So Lala Ree's name is Lala Ree.
So who knows? Yeah. All right. Well, we had a wonderful time tonight. I know I did. How about you?
I had a smashing good time.
As did I. So in parting, I want to say thank you all for coming out. Oh, before we go, You've all subscribed, or else you wouldn't be able to comment, which we appreciate. But don't forget to hit that subscribe.
You're looking for it. It's somewhere.
Subscribe button.
Somewhere,
It's somewhere down there.
Down in this box.
And click the bell, because if you click the bell icon, then you'll get notified when we go live and when we have new content available. So with that, do you have anything else to say?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So,
Mike, the fresh and hot ready light is on. I'm gonna call you.
All right. So thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Mwah.